Hello and welcome to another Sinister Sunday. Today we're going to Missouri to check out a zombie road in Wildwood. Let's see why this road is so darn haunted. It's a place of legends. Some say it's haunted, others say it's dangerous to go there at night, while others claim that it's a site of an ancient curse. Let's see how close we can get to uncovering the truth of this evil, cursed, haunted, zombified, deadly, remote, and incredibly hard to find place called Zombie Road in Wildwood, Missouri. Old U.S. Route 66, depending on the year, used to run along a few different places. From 1926 to 1932 it ran straight through a town which is now called Wildwood in Missouri. Wildwood is a small town with a population of only about 35,000 people, located about half an hour's drive west from St. Louis. Like most places along Route 66, it's full of strange stories about ghosts, monsters, and mysterious disappearances. Wildwood, Missouri was established in 1995. There were people in the area and around the small towns, and even historical evidence shows that indigenous people have been in that part of Missouri for something like 10,000 years at least. But knowing that Wildwood itself didn't exist until recently brings up more questions about the legendary, dangerous place called Zombie Road. Near the Mamaroneck River, on the edge of Wildwood, Missouri, there's a small path tucked away among hills and oak trees. It was originally built in the 1860s, over 100 years before Wildwood even existed. Legend has it the 3.6-mile-long Zombie Road runs straight over an ancient Indian burial ground. Hikers have reported feeling unsettled, as if they're constantly being watched, and have said there's unexplainable noises along the road, as well as cold spots. Some have even said a mysterious old woman yells at passerbyers only to vanish when they go to investigate. It is said that anyone unfortunate enough to find themselves there at night is bound to be chased and probably murdered by spectral American Indians, undead Confederate rebels, packs of children ghosts, and even the tortured souls of railroad and quarry workers killed in accidents. And it's not just the undead. There is also rumors of shadowy figures, non-human entities, and even a giant serial killer zombie. Okay, so I bet you're wondering about the giant serial killing zombie. Supposedly, back in the 1950s, Zombie Road was a local hotspot for teens to make out. Around the same time, a crazed man from a nearby mental hospital escaped and disappeared somewhere along the road, leaving his bloody clothes on the side of the road. He set up residence in a worn-down shack, sometimes sneaking out at night to go murder teenagers. He lived out the rest of his days happily in the shack and engaging in his murder hobby, only to die an old man and then continue hunting in the area as a giant serial-killing zombie. And that's where the name Zombie Road comes from. There's a few other variations to that story, but if there's any truth to it, Zombie Road sounds terrifying. What's Wildwood's official stance on Zombie Road? Well, the officials say that Zombie Road is off limits after dark. However, some say it doesn't even exist. But that's probably because officially there was never a place called Zombie Road. It actually had a different name. Lawler Ford Road is what it was called, and it was created back in the 1800s as an access road. Back in 2010, it was freshly paved and renamed Rock Hollow Trail, and it's now a bike path. Zombie Road is now Al Forster Trail. Abandoned railroad tracks rust under fallen leaves, only adding to the spooky atmosphere. A dark tunnel intimidates approaching visitors as the tracks disappear into blackness even in midday. One of the most spine-tingling stories may be the frequently retold story about the ghost of a person who was hit by a train and that now haunts the area. This legend becomes more chilling with the real story of Della Hamilton McCullough. She was the wife of a local judge, and she was hit by a train and died in 1876. Since there was no other record of anyone being killed by a train in the area at that time, it is widely believed that Della just may be the actual famed ghost from the legend. The area around Glencoe once served as a resort community until mid-1940s. A lot of the houses were converted to year-round residence, but some were left abandoned and decaying. These ruins contribute to the creepiness of the road and may be the former homes of apparitions that visitors may encounter. Near the old shacks and ramshackle homes located along the beach area at the end of the trail, one ghost sighting includes a mysterious old woman who yells at passerbyers from a house. Upon investigation, the woman is never there. There was another story of a sighting believed to be the ghost of a boy who fell from the bluffs along the river and died. His body was never found. A long history of the original Indian tribes who once lived in the area also explains why sightings of Native American ghosts have been reported. In fact, it is possible that at least parts of Zombie Road originated as an Indian trail. While only a few remnants of the original railroad remains, the old lines can still be seen at the end of Zombie Road. Here lies the setting of the ghost stories of the railroad ghost. Several accounts of a translucent figure in white have been reported. The figure walks up to the abandoned train line and then disappears, or it glows with a bluish-white light and disappears upon approach. Could this be Della? Over the years, the sharp bends in the tracks at Glencoe were the site of frequent derailments, to the point that that part of the service had to be discontinued. While unsettling feelings and the sensation of being watched that many report could be explained away by spooky surroundings alone, the eerie sounds, inexplicable noises, disembodied voices, disembodied footsteps cannot completely be ignored. Do you want to go to this road? Well, it is located in Missouri's Wildwood, formerly known as Glencoe, and it can be reached by taking Manchester Road out west of the city to Old State Road south. When you turn down Ridge Road to the Ridge Meadows Elementary School, you will find the road just to the left of the school. Although for years it was marked with a sign, today only a chain gate marks the entrance. Now paved and remade into a modern-day bike trail and jogging path, the notorious popular 2-mile stretch is now just simply known as Rock Hollow Trail. Spooky right off the school, too. I don't know if that would have been the first place I would have put a school. But, let me know what you guys think of all this down in the comments below if you ever heard of this place. Curious to know. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another Sinister Sunday. We'll see you next week for another one.